Regarding ports, our founding fathers saw them as gateways to regional and international markets. Apart from the port of Lamu, which we have added to our number of ports and which will change regional trade dynamics, we have also re-envisioned the port of Kisumu. This port was built by the colonizers, but collapsed at some point. We have since, working together with local leaders, revived it for strategic purposes. Lake Victoria serves both the northern and southern corridors. And with this port, Kenya can serve the region from Mwanza to Bukoba in Tanzania, to Jinja and Entebbe in Uganda, to Muhoma Bay in Rwanda at affordable costs and decent timing. Beyond serving the region, the port is poised to also promote the shipbuilding and repair industry in Kenya. It will also catalyze the development of other small ports. And what I'm proud of most is that we did this revival with dead capital. And in this I mean, we redeveloped this port using local expertise and material. Turning to railways now. This is where my biggest critiques reside, but that is okay, for they are not alone. They are in fellowship with the colonizers who called our railway the Lunatic Express. But those who called it the railway to nowhere did not realize at that time that they were describing this great city of Nairobi. Nairobi indeed at the time was nowhere when the railway was being constructed. In fact, it was nothing but a swamp. And that is why Sir Charles Eliot, the man who supervised the building of the railway, observed, "It is not uncommon for a country to create a railway, but it is indeed uncommon for a railway to create a country." End of quote. Nairobi, and indeed most of our country, were created by the railway. And that is why, apart from the SGR, I am also reviving the defunct Nairobi-Nyanyuki railway line that traverses 6 counties. We are also in the process of rehabilitation of the Naivasha to Malaba meter gauge line, which is also about to commence. This rehabilitation of these central railway lines is part of a bigger development strategy to link the hinterlands, not only of Kenya, but of our region, with Lamu Port, our port in Mombasa. And that is why the Southern Sudan-Ethiopia transport corridor continues to remain important. I believe that when this happens, then Kenyans can expect new markets to emerge along these railway lines and new cities to blossom in response. The second example of unfinished business from our founding fathers regards the dignity of our people. The freedom struggle was about liberating Kenyans from the poverty of dignity, amongst other freedoms. 3, to fight what the founding fathers called ignorance, my administration has carried out extensive reforms in the education sector to make it more competency-based and to allow our children to be better prepared for future jobs. We have secured the place of pride in the continent as the home to the highest transition from primary to secondary education on the African continent. Additionally, the technical and vocational training is taking root as we seek to reposition our human resource for the ever-evolving world economy. But the human side of these reforms has also focused on electrification. We have connected 99% of all our schools to electricity. And as we did this, we also realized that a substantial part of learning happens at home, even in better days. That is why we were motivated to do our Last Mile program, connecting homes to power. For the record, It is indeed worth noting, fellow Kenyans, that after 78 years of colonial rule and 50 years of independent administration, only a total of 4.5 million households in Kenya were connected to electricity. But from 2013, and in only 7 years, we have connected close to 3.5 million households, bringing the number of households connected to electricity close to 8 million. This means that we have done 15 times more than the previous administrations to connect our people to electricity. We take pride in this, not because we are better, but because we have to finish the business of our founding fathers in order to envision a new dream. And we take cognizance that we too shall not finish, but we shall also leave a foundation for future leaders to continue. If electricity and education reforms are supported to fight ignorance, our efforts to fighting disease are in the universal healthcare program. Our healthcare reforms are far beyond what our forefathers expected. We have not only dispatched sophisticated machinery to hospitals across the country's counties in order to localize treatment, and indeed working together with county governments across the country, we have sought to improve our health facilities. But we have also made this treatment much more affordable through NHIF, and with upcoming reforms, we expect this to expand even more. We have done this because poor health has a way of indignifying people. But with treatment close by and costs reduced, a patient does not have to sell their property in search of good health. If this was the dream of our founding fathers, then it is our obligation to achieve it. The coronavirus pandemic has highlighted the urgency on this endeavor. And once again, I wish to give my thanks and indeed praise to our county governments with whom we have worked hand in hand in this endeavor.